Hi, everybody. It's Elaine Bryan. I'm a registered yoga teacher and a certified healing touch practitioner. I want to teach you a little bit about a practice called HeartMath. And this is something that you can do whenever you feel stressed or a little bit of anxiety, which a lot of us are feeling these days. It's just part of life, it's part of being human. So, what can we do to have that resilience around that? How can we respond to some of these different issues that come up for us when we have that short breath and we kind of jagged breath? It's really important to put your body back into this rest and relax type of state. Of course, we go back and forth. We have an autonomic nervous system that is there for us. So we have our sympathetic nervous system, which is kind of the fight or flight when you feel a little stressed, anxiety, something is going on that you need to run away from. So this is where our digestive system slows down and our heart rate starts to go up a little bit. And that's a normal response, but it's supposed to come back down. But a lot of us are in a chronic stress type of state a lot, and it just kind of stays there and you get stuck there. And then the high cortisol and can't sleep and waking up. So there's lots of different reasons to have that resilience, to have your body know how to shift into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and relax part of the nervous system, where your digestive system is working well, your heart rate slows down, you feel a little bit more balanced. So there are some quick things that you can do when you're in this state. Say like you have a little bit of stress or anxiety type of situation, and sometimes it's hard to do some real focused breathing and some different things. You're just really feeling tense in a couple places. So it's really important to maybe just figure out, taking some deep breaths in, maybe to the count of five on the inhale, five on the exhale, and just notice where you're holding that tension. Could be like in the throat area, or it could be someplace else, your hips. So you just want to bring your attention to where you're feeling that stress and anxiety and just kind of breathing in. And as you exhale, just say to yourself, ease. Just bring to that awareness to that area, ease. And then when that slows down, then you can bring in something like this heart math, heart coherence, a focused breathing technique. It put your heart in a coherent rhythm. So the heart rate variability, this is what we're looking for, is a number that kind of shows what your heartbeats are in between heartbeats. It's the length. So it's something that sometimes we can have something to track that, like an Aura ring or sometimes a Fitbit, or there's other ways to track your heart rate variability, but it's really good to see how your system is reacting to a situation and then going back into that parasympathetic nervous system. So it's a great way to see that number and track what your system is doing. Sometimes when it's a low heart rate variability or HRV, it just shows that your body's getting stuck probably in that sympathetic nervous system state where it doesn't have any way to go into the rest and relax. And sometimes it's just a good way for us to gauge our body and see how it's doing. They really say that the heart rate variability, if you have a way to track that, is a really good way to see how your body is responding and how your health is doing because of that heart rate variability. So if you have a device that can do that, my Aura ring just shows me at night what that is. And I can see, like, when I was ill not too long ago, my heart rate variability, especially at night, was really going a lot lower because my body was in a stress mode. And then as I started to get well and my body was more in the rest and relax and recuperating and resilience, my heart rate variability went back up again. So it's just a good way to track. But let's talk about that heart focused breathing. So a lot of times I like to sit up nice and tall so that you can bring your breath into the belly a little bit more. So this is one where you can close your eyes if you want to. And we're just you can put your hand over your heart. I like to do this too, where you can actually breathe into the belly. So you can put your hand over the belly and then a hand on the heart and just take a deep breath in. So maybe to the count of five, feel your belly expand. And then as you exhale, it can exhale through the nose, or if it's better just to release through the mouth, let it all go. That's okay too. So breathing in for five, feel that expansion in your belly, feel your chest rise. Exhale to the count of five. So this is really good to do for like a minute, 60 seconds, somewhere around there, when you're actually in this state of stress or anxiety, panic attack, whatever it is. Like I said, if you need to do first just ease, that's okay too, before you can really focus. Some people are like, I can't stop and breathe. I just gotta breathe and then ease off where that stress is. And then you can come back to something like this. So as you breathe in to 5 and exhale out to 5, I want you to invoke a feeling of something that you appreciate. Be a person, place, thing, pet, whatever it is. And as you breathe in, you're just picturing your breath moving in through your heart space. And then it's flowing out through your heart space into the space around you with what you appreciate. So invoke that feeling into your body of that appreciation for whatever it is. So breathing in through your heart space for the count of 5 and exhale out to the count of 5 into the space around you. And every exhale, feel your body relax just a little bit more, less tension. Breathing in for 5, hold for a moment or two, and then exhale out. I'm not going to do it for the full minute here. I'm just showing you how to do it. But doing that for a full minute will really put your heart in a coherent rhythm. So it balances out the emotional, mental, body, physical body, all your hormone system and nervous system start communicating a little bit better. It really makes a big difference. And when you put your heart into that coherent rhythm, it actually affects other people around you as well. So it's actually going to affect their heart and their brain. We know that those waves, the energetic waves, can go out to other people around us. So maybe this is a way that you can handle something if you're having a conversation with somebody, or you're just feeling a little stressed about being in front of somebody talking. It's just a great way to put your heart in that coherent rhythm. You'll feel much more relaxed if you can do that for a minute. Sometimes I do that when I'm in a conversation with somebody. They don't even know what I'm doing. I don't have to put my hand over my heart, but I can just breathe in something I appreciate as they're talking. Or, just walking into a room where you feel like nobody's talking to me and everybody's got a conversation going on and you're feeling a little stressed. Just start doing that. It makes a big difference for you and for other people around you. Now, if you want to really work on your resilience and work on that vagal toning, vagal nerve, to make sure your body can shift into that parasympathetic nervous system a little bit more readily, instead of just doing it in the moment for a minute, it's really important to possibly practice this morning, noon, or afternoon, and then in the evening. Just doing it 3 times a day will really make sure that your body is starting to learn how to go into that phase of that parasympathetic nervous system. Like I said, it's normal for us to have that sympathetic nervous system and to shift back and forth. But it's really important to be able to shift back and forth. And a lot of people are getting stuck. I've done that too, where the heart's racing a lot. We feel anxious, and especially when we're reading the news or doing some different things that or bring that on. So just make sure that you're breathing into the heart space. That's the whole thing about HeartMath. It's not just breath, it's actually invoking that positive emotion of something you love, what brings you joy, what do you appreciate. Focus breathing in and out through your heart space with just even breathing without even invoking that positive emotion that you're, sending your breath in through your heart space into your cells around you, or inside your body, then exhale out to the space around you and then invoking that positive emotion and really get into the feeling of it. That'll make a big difference. So that's one of the HeartMath little techniques. It's been scientifically proven to really make a big difference on your nervous system. So that's just something that you can invoke anytime.